The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34, verse 18. This verse is a promise, but it also carries a profound question. Why does God allow our hearts to break in the first place? Why does He let us go through moments of crushing pain and overwhelming struggles? Maybe you've asked yourself, God, why is this happening to me? Where are you in all this? Today, I want to take you deeper into this question, because what if these struggles are not signs of God's absence, but rather of His presence? What if God is not punishing you, but preparing you? Stay with me, because what you'll hear today might completely transform the way you see your pain and give you clarity about what God is doing in your life. The Word of God says in Romans 8, verse 28, that all things work together for the good of those who love God. Pay attention. All things. That includes pain, losses, betrayals, and moments of loneliness. God doesn't waste a single tear of yours. He is the potter, and we are the clay. To create a perfect work, the potter needs to press, knead, and even break the clay to remake what is not yet ready. When you face difficulties, God is shaping you. He's removing what doesn't belong, refining your character, and strengthening your faith. Think of Joseph, sold as a slave by his own brothers and unjustly imprisoned in Egypt. For years, he suffered, but God was writing a bigger story. When the time came, Joseph became the second most powerful man in the nation and was used to save thousands of lives, including his own families. Now, think about this. When did you pray the most? When everything was going well, or when the ground was pulled out from under your feet? The truth is, blessings often pull us away from God, but hardships push us into His arms. God allows certain struggles to bring you back to where you've always belonged, at His feet. Psalm 34, verse 18 reminds us that God is close to the brokenhearted, and sometimes it's in that place of brokenness that we feel His presence the most. Maybe you're facing these battles now because God is calling you back. He's saying, "Child, I want you to depend on me, to trust in me." Just like a father teaching his child to ride a bike, God sometimes lets you fall because He knows that's how you'll learn to balance and trust Him to hold you up. Finally, I want you to know that these difficulties are not the end of your story. They are the path to something greater. In Jeremiah 29, verse 11, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." God sees the full picture. While you're focused on today's pain, He's planning tomorrow's miracle. Do you remember Job? He lost everything, his family, his health, and his wealth. But in the end, God restored everything twice over. What seemed like the end was actually a new beginning. The bad things you're facing now might be the prelude to a great victory. God never wastes suffering. He turns ashes into beauty, mourning into joy. Maybe you're thinking, "But I can't take it anymore." I want to tell you this. God is with you. He never promised the journey would be easy, but He did promise to be by your side every step of the way. Don't give up. Use this pain as fuel to draw closer to Him. Pray like you've never prayed before. Trust like you've never trusted. Remember, the same God who allowed the cross also prepared the resurrection. He has a purpose for your life, and these struggles are part of it. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Leave your comment below and tell me how God has been working in your life. I will pray for you. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.